Hey guys, so have you been looking for business ideas that you can start and begin to make millions each month? This is my first video of 2025, depending on when I post this. So happy new year to you. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about different business ideas that you can start today. Well, depending on your motivation, and then begin to make 10 million naira each month. Yes, 10 million naira each month. And for some of these ideas, you don't need a lot of capital. Some you might need capital, but there are some of these business ideas that you don't need capital. Well, you need some form of capital, but not financial capital. It's more of a social capital. And I'll talk more about this. So make sure you watch to the end, find which of these business ideas you can start, and then, begin to put it in place and begin to take action. Now, for the first business idea, it is called B2B renewable energy products. That sounds like a difficult word, renewable energy products. And there's a reason why I say B2B, right? But let's first start with renewable energy products. I'm guessing you are aware that there's the national grid that keeps collapsing, right? That is one problem. And then you're also aware on the other side that band A, that they always have light or 20 hours of light, are complaining that, oh boy, this light is expensive. All right? I've shown you guys two problems. One is some people don't have light, and then believe it or not, the other problem is some people have too much light, but it's too expensive. So now, how do we begin to find products that we can help solve these two different problems? Okay? This is where renewable energy products come in. So solar panels, inverters, solar TVs, solar fridges, freezers, what else again? Solar fans, power banks, those security lights that people put in front of their house, cameras that are solar powered. You see, there are so many ideas of solar powered things that you can begin to sell. All right. Now, that's renewable energy products. This is where B2B comes in. So I was watching a video where the CEO of Bumper was talking about how he has, in Bumper, they have like a payment plan or a payment structure where they support all their employees with renewable energy products.
So one of the things is like people can give excuses about power, right? So we have like this small, it's like a solar inverter battery, right? And then you can get it if you want, you get it and company pays 50% and the rest is sort of like prorated for you as a loan, right? And what that does is to ensure that your computer never dies, right? You don't have to take it, but it means that you cannot actually give that excuse. Yeah, like it's not possible.
And that got me thinking, this is a very interesting idea where you and I, depending, can begin to look for businesses and offer that same sort of partnership with them. So typically, this would look like I look for a business. In that business, they have maybe 10, 20, 50 employees. And I say, okay, you know what? Out of your 50 employees, some of them probably live in areas that are either in band A or are affected by the national grid. All right. And these people that live there, they will need renewable energy products. They'll probably need solar power, solar panels. They'll probably need inverters, things like that. These things are not cheap. All right. So these things on an average, I believe one of my friends, his whole setup cost him about 2 million naira. People don't just have 2 million naira to drop, bam, like that, which is okay. This is where you come in. You are able to then offer a payment plan for them with working with the businesses, and then structure it across maybe 3 to 6 months. Okay? Now, why I'm telling you to work with businesses? I'm telling you to work with businesses because there's already a structure in place where if somebody tries to run away, they can't run away. They're already earning an income, so you know that they can afford it. And then when you work with businesses, you can speak to the owners of the business and show them how this is beneficial to their employees. This would help increase productivity. This would help improve efficiency. All those amazing things. Let's go to the second idea. So in the Western world, there's a term called rent to rent. This is very common in the Western world. And what it basically means is you are renting somebody's house to then rent it out to people. Okay? Dirty December, right? You heard of Dirty December. They did about, I don't know if it's 13 billion naira or $13 million. I shall know something 13 was there, right? And then the former Lagos State governor also started to talk about the opportunities.
If you use your search engine and enter Dirty December, you will see an entry by Wikipedia. They're already monitoring. What's happening where? Here. So they found out that in the month of December alone, remittances from diaspora is already equivalent to 4% of Nigeria's GDP. Is that a developmental opportunity?
Basically, what he's saying is people that came from the diaspora, they came with money. Okay, how can we make more money from that money that they brought? That's pretty much what he's saying. And this is where the second idea comes in. Now, this is not an e-commerce business, but it's an online business, right? What you can do is find people that have properties that are already in this, rent-to-rent business, or they are offering Airbnbs, and then you take on that property and then also find people to stay in those places for them. It's some form of affiliate marketing. It's just that the commissions are higher and you have more control. And if you're a smart businessman, you don't eat all your profits. You can begin to now also build your own portfolio, build your own apartments, things like that. There's this guy called Love Holidays, loveholidays.com. I tell all my friends about this platform. There is nothing stopping you, if you're interested in hospitality or the traveling niche, building something like that for yourself. All right? Easy 10 million naira per month. Easy. Have you ever been to Computer Village before? Do you know how much money they make in Computer Village? I can guarantee you guys that they make billions each day in Computer Village. The amount of electronics that pass through that place is definitely billions. I can't begin to count how much money I've made selling things to Computer Village, how much money I've been scammed by buying things from Computer Village. I can't even tell you guys. Like, literally, there's so much money that revolves around that place in Ikeja. There's so much money. But this is where you come in. B2B. You find businesses that would need one of two things. Either they need to upgrade their systems that they already have in place, or they need to get rid of the systems that they currently have in place. All right? What does that look like? You go to a startup, and in that startup, there are 10 different employees. Those employees are using a 2017 laptop, right? Okay, good. Now, the company has said, we need to upgrade these people's laptop to improve efficiency and things like that. But we don't want to throw it away. This is where you come in. You can take those laptops, build a platform where you can resell it to people that actually need it, students perhaps. Now, once they've given you those laptops to go and resell, you can then bring them new laptops. So you are making money in and out, however it is you want to look at it. This is another one that I've been noticing that has been going under the radar. A lot of people do not pay attention to this, which is kind of sad. But I was reading a statistical report, and it mentioned that the second-hand market, or the tokumbo market, or the refurbished market, or the pre-loved market, whatever it is you want to call it, in Nigeria is worth $70+ million, right? And a few things begin to, catch my attention. One of those things is furniture is a very big market, right? Furniture is a very big industry in that market. Let me put it that way. And have you bought bed recently? Have you bought a chair recently? Have you bought table? Furnitures are not cheap. So when I was looking at that, I'm like, okay, now I understand obviously why the refurbished market for furniture is this high or this valuable. Have you seen those Instagram platforms where they do declutter? Where they offer declutter, distress sale. Somebody wants to sell what's that thing called now? Maybe they want to sell a cooker. They want to sell a full cooker set, originally 1 million, ready to go at 170K, things like that. I'll give you an example. Back in 2013, there was a family that wanted to jackpot, and they wanted to sell their Land Cruiser Prado. So this Land Cruiser Prado was, I think, 06 or 08. The one before the Land Cruiser Prado, the Prado. Very nice car. Guess how much? You can't even guess. They wanted to sell that car for 1.2 million naira. As in, they needed to sell that car in the next 3 days because that's when they were traveling out of the country. And at that time, honestly, guys, I did not have 100,000 naira to my name. But see me begging everybody in my family, see me begging all my friends, guys, I feel see just like quick 200K. I feel see this, I feel see that. Because I just wanted to get that 1.2 million, buy that car, and keep it and resell it. I already planned I was going to resell it for like maybe 4 million. Like worst case scenario. This is when I was doing my IT. And I already planned that, okay, worst case scenario, I'm going to sell this car for like 4 million. I didn't see that 1.2. But this is how this business works. I have a friend that is relocating in the next 3 weeks. He's selling a 72-inch TV for, I think, 100,000 naira. Just because he needs to get rid of it. I know somebody that sold a water dispenser. That water dispenser that is now like 180k. They sold a water dispenser for 15k. Full seaway dispenser. You know, and this is kind of you for this particular activity, you need to always have like a very good eye for deals and let people know that, oh boy, this guy is available. Now this is probably the one where you need some cash. Well, this one at the marketplace, the electronics marketplace hub, you need some cash. But this is where you need cash, because when these deals come in, you need to buy them up quickly. Now, the final business idea I want to talk about is mini exportation. Now, not just any kind of mini exportation. There are certain things I want to focus on here. Number one is either agricultural produce or textile exportation. Textile, clothing, fashion, whichever one, fashion wholesale, whichever one you call it. Just those two. Those are the only two I'm focusing on. Any other thing, you probably don't have money to play that game. You know, things like maybe minerals, gold. the investment required to play that game, it's not sherry. Let me put it like that. So when it comes to, you know, agricultural produce, palm oil, you know, people, I don't know, I've people that sell palm oil, don't joke, they are billionaires. Anybody that you see that is selling palm oil is cashing out. Don't just think oil money is oil money. Whichever the kind of oil money it is, there is ginger, there's cocoa, there are so many things there's cashew. I think we are very good producers of cashew here in Nigeria. You know, there are so many things that you can export. That's the agricultural side of things. In the clothing side of things, you know, the leather that you see, the Chanel, Dior, all these guys use, it comes from somewhere in the north. I don't know whether it's Kaduna or Kano, but that's where the tannery is. All right? There are so many big brands today that are, I don't want to use the word stealing. Stealing is a strong word, but they are taking our culture and making it their own. Adire. There are so many international superstars now, international brands that sell Adire. Adire is in Abeokuta. Like, I've been to these places. in Abeokuta, and I'm like, this is where this thing comes from. This is really? And then you look at what the Chinese market, I don't want to mention their name, but you look at what the Chinese market has done and how they've kind of like globalized it. Why aren't we doing that? Why? What's stopping us? What's stopping us? And this is an easy $1 million a month business. Not just Naira, $1 million a month business. All right. Now, this one you need some capital, and there are platforms like Nexim. Nexim was set up to support businesses that want to focus on exportation of Nigerian products. There is BOI and BOA. So BOI is Bank of Industry, BOA is Bank of Agriculture. These platforms are there. Now, don't be that person that says that, oh, I've heard of BOI before, I've heard of BOA before. This Nexim Bank, I'm sure if I apply, they will not answer me. Yes, they will not answer you. Look at what they are offering. Look at what you are capable of doing. Is this something that aligns? Is this something that are you serious about these things? Because a lot of us, we think that, oh, the government is not there to support us, but we've not even gone to ask for support. We are in our houses watching. If you feel attacked, you should. Just FYI. But we're in our houses watching TikToks, watching social media, and all we do is just complain. We're Twitter, we're finger warriors. The government is useless. Yo, step outside. Things are happening. The world is changing. People are making money. It's not going to happen to you if you just sit in your house and complain. Now, these ideas will require time and commitment, guys. Don't just think it's something you can start today and just like that, million. Well, it depends on the oil your head carries. If your head is carrying the oil of Elijah, why not? But this thing requires time and commitment. That's just the summary of it, okay? Now, some of these ideas, maybe you think they are too expensive to start, or you don't even have the relationship or the social network to begin to build these things, okay? What if I told you that there are ideas where you can start with just $100? Yes, I talked about it in this video.